In 1848, a 13-year-old Scottish boy named Andrew Carnegie stepped off a ship in New York with nothing. No money, no English-speaking relatives, no education past the third grade. His first job paid him $1.20 a week, winding cotton at a textile factory in Pittsburgh. 53 years later, in 1901, he sold his steel company to J.P. Morgan for $480 million in cash. Adjusted for today, his peak wealth is estimated at over $310 billion, more than any single person alive today. The richest man in the modern world was a Scottish immigrant who started with nothing. Most people, hearing this story, assume it was luck or timing or Industrial Revolution timing. It wasn't. Carnegie left a paper trail. He wrote down exactly what he did and exactly why it worked. Here are 3 of those principles, pulled straight from his autobiography and his Gospel of Wealth essay, that you can start using this week. Principle 1. Surround yourself with better men. Carnegie was so committed to this rule that he wrote his own epitaph around it. The stone on his grave at Sleepy Hollow Cemetery in New York reads, and I quote, "Here lies a man who knew how to enlist in his service better men than himself." Think about that for a moment. The richest man in the world wanted his entire life summarized in one idea. He hired smarter than himself. Most people do the opposite. They hire people they can manage, control, or feel superior to. They surround themselves with weaker thinkers, weaker talents, weaker ambitions. They build a fortress where they're always the smartest person in the room. Carnegie built the opposite. He hired Charles Schwab, Henry Phipps, Captain William Jones, men he openly said were sharper than him in their fields. He gave them stock. He gave them autonomy. He gave them credit. And then he stepped back and let them build the company. The principle, the ceiling on your wealth, is the average IQ of the people you spend the most time with. Raise the average, raise the ceiling. Principle 2, put all your eggs in one basket and watch the basket. The phrase actually comes from Carnegie. It appears in a speech he gave at Curry Commercial College in 1885. He said, and I'm quoting again, "Put all your eggs in one basket, and then watch that basket. Do not scatter your shot." Carnegie watched what his rich contemporaries were doing. They were diversifying, buying stocks in dozens of companies, spreading their bets across railroads, mining, banking, real estate. They were doing what every financial advisor today tells you to do. Carnegie did the opposite. He sold off every other investment he owned. He poured every dollar, every hour, every ounce of attention into one industry, steel. And he didn't just buy steel mills. He bought the iron ore mines that fed the mills. He bought the rail lines that shipped the ore. He bought the docks that received the coal. He owned the entire chain. The principle, diversification protects you when you don't know what you're doing. Concentration is what makes you rich when you do. Principle 3, 30 minutes a day for 5 years beats a college degree. Carnegie left school at 13. He never went to high school. He never went to college. But by the time he was 30, he could converse fluently with bankers, engineers, politicians, and writers, anyone on any subject. How? When he was 16, a Colonel James Anderson in Pittsburgh opened his personal library, 400 books, to any working boy who wanted to read. Carnegie went every Saturday for 5 years. He read history, science, philosophy, finance, biographies, everything. He calculated later that he had spent about 30 minutes a day, on average, reading deeply for those 5 years. That's roughly 900 hours. He said in his autobiography that those 900 hours gave him a better education than Harvard could have. He spent the rest of his life giving libraries away. By the time he died, he had funded over 2,500 public libraries across the world. The principle, 30 minutes a day for 5 years in one specific field, will make you better than 95% of the people working in it. The library is still free. The principle still works. 3 principles. Surround yourself with better people. Put your eggs in one basket and watch it. 30 minutes a day, 5 years. These are not theory. A penniless 13-year-old immigrant used them and ended up the richest man in modern history. The full 30-day system, including the exact way Carnegie chose his partners, the focus drills he used to ignore distractions, and the reading method he stole from Colonel Anderson, is in my book, Andrew Carnegie's Code: How to Build Wealth in 30 Days. Link is in the description. If you found this useful, hit subscribe. I publish one of these every week, drawing from the people who actually did it. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.